I can remember seeing a lot of firing going on and being told, well, you can dig in over here.
It takes all night to get to this position. With intense German fire all around them, they have to find cover.
Well, we dug in, then we got hit with a lot of heavy machine gun fire and a lot of shelling. Because the Germans had zeroed in on us. And, so we got down in our trenches. Frankly, I was scared then. By that time, I'd seen a number of my guys lying dead. There's Bouchard was one guy, and just a little guy from Nova Scotia was lying on one side, and then just over a ways was Larry O'Callaghan, and he was lying there dead too.
Unknown to Jack Patterson, Worthington Force lost its way during the smoke and confusion of the dark night and settles upon Hill 140, 4 miles to the east of their intended objective, Hill 195.
Oh yeah, we thought we were in the right place. At least privates did. But we were definitely not. We should have been over about 3 or 4 miles towards the Falaise Highway. And probably, if so, we might have been better protected by our own forces.
Worthington Force stumbles right into the heart of the 12th SS Panzer Division. At first light, Panther and Tiger tanks begin to circle their prey.
German tanks were well hidden, and our tanks were wide open in a wheat field. It could be seen very plainly by the Germans, so you could just see them one after another getting knocked out. One of the hard things to look at was the fact that the guys were jumping out of the tanks that were on fire.
With Worthington Force completely surrounded, the SS close in for the kill.
The officers had said, no, look, if you can get out of here, get out of here. And I was sitting right in this sort of line of fire. I couldn't get anywhere, and by this time the German tanks were coming in. The German infantry were alongside the tanks, and they were shouting for us to get our hands up, hand off. And so I got up, put my hands up. I couldn't do anything else. And I guess discretion is the better part of value when you got a tank staring at you with a machine gun and telling you to get your hands up. So that's what happened to me. The Germans were in the Falaise trap, and they took us out of there. Why did they do it? It would have been so easy for them to just take us over the hill and get rid of this burden, but they didn't.
Jack Patterson will spend the remainder of the war in a German POW camp. But considering 47 of 52 Canadian tanks are destroyed and 240 men killed and wounded, Jack is considered one of the lucky ones. Today, this monument overlooks Hill 140. It honors those from Worthington Force who sacrificed everything on that fateful day. Within 2 weeks of the battle on Hill 140, the epic struggle in Normandy will end as the once invincible German army limps battered and bruised across the Seine River towards Germany. In 2.5 months of fighting, the Germans lose 450,000 men. Many of them are killed on these roads and fields attempting to escape the fury of the Falaise Gap. This area is rightfully called the Corridor of Death.
For the whole trip through the Falaise Gap until we got to the Seine, there were dead horses, dead Germans, wrecked tanks, wrecked trucks, and the amazing thing is that the German mechanized army had a whole bunch of horse and buggies, and it was just a complete carnage all through that gap.
Although the war in Europe rages another 9 months, the Normandy chapter is closed. Allied casualties total 209,000. Out of these, 37,000 are fatal, including 5,000 Canadians who will forever call bloody Normandy their home.
Montgomery had told us as a rallying cry, Paris in a week. So we thought, here's the Seine and Paris is to the right. So maybe we'll see Paris. Instead of that, we got to the other side and we turned left instead of right, and then ended up chasing the Germans up through the Channel ports. I never did see Paris.